What's going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button? I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. So in today's video, just a market update on what is going on with Bitcoin. We had a little bit of a correction, so I want to dissect what it is that I saw. I did enter a short position inside of Bitcoin before the chaos ensued, and we'll just kind of break down my process and see where it is that we are right now and see if there is potential for continuation to the downside, or if we are finding support to further define the trading range. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Jumping onto the 4-hour chart, let's just zoom out here. So I have these two trading ranges. Basically, we came to a climax. You can see we had a beautiful rally here. Rally, and then we had a conclusion of the rally. This is a change of character. The change of character is what defines the range, where you need to begin to apply the trading range so that you can analyze the price and the volume to determine where the strength is. So we hit a buyer's climax here. That was met with a very severe sell-off. I think that was from tip to tip here. Yeah, nearly 20%. That's pretty big inside of Bitcoin. So definitely shook the markets up. And then we have a further range that is developing here. We don't need that one. And I've got this ascending pink range. So we've got the horizontal yellow range, buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. And we are kind of at a decision point here. We either hold this level as support, this ascending pink channel, hold this level as support and continue throughout that trading range, negating the yellow one so I can get rid of it, or we do continue a downside move to the bottom of the horizontal trading range, where I can get rid of this ascending pink range. So we're kind of trying to decide what's going on with the range right now because we don't have enough data to be definitive on what it is that we're looking at here. So because of these 3 points, the buyer's climax, automatic reality, secondary test, we need to get a second test in phase B to truly define the range, and that is tentatively set right here. So I have not closed my short position. I am just trying to define this range, get a better idea as to what's going on in this range right here before deciding to pull the plug on my short. But let's go ahead and just zoom in a little bit. So I'll drop down to the 45-minute and kind of just show you the distribution pattern that I identified. Anytime you see the price kind of really struggling to commit and getting these rounded tops here, these rounded tops are very indicative of distribution. So we kind of had a distribution here, and when I throw a range on it as well, you can also see that well, I'll have to zoom in. Let's make that yellow. And let's just zoom in on that area right there. So we kind of had our buyer's climax, automatic reaction, and then we got an up thrust with a failure, minor sign of weakness, another up thrust with another failure, another minor sign of weakness, and then we got another up thrust with a significant sign of weakness. When we got this significant sign of weakness and we came up for our bearish retest, this is where I entered the short position, and then that resulted in a downside move, very heavy downside move down to this lower end of support right here. So now we're in the support range. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on there. We have our seller's climax right here, the climactic action right here. You can see that based on the volume here. We got another volume spike here. So I'm assuming that this is the automatic reaction. So let's just draw that there. So seller's climax right here and our automatic reaction right here. We're on very low volume right now. We've just kind of poked above the trading range. This is very common in phase B. We can define this as phase B. So let me just draw a line here. Why is everything red? I must have been drawing some bearish stuff. So phase A is complete. We're now inside of phase B. Phase B, you're really just trying to analyze the price to determine where the strength is. And this is all the price action we have inside of Phase B. There's not a lot. So we need to see more information coming in. I do anticipate that this level will not hold, and we will need to come down to, at least the mean of this trading range, or potentially down here. Wherever it lands and finds support will kind of tell me how bullish it is. But right now, we're 10 minutes from the daily close on Wednesday, December 9th. And I just think that, we kind of we just had a breakdown from distribution. So we had an LPSY right here, last point of supply. So what are we doing here? Are we going to form another LPSY? We need to monitor the situation. We need to see what is going to develop. If we get another LPSY, we're probably going to take another leg down. That other leg down is really going to shake up the market. It's really going to scare a lot of people. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying that if it does, you're going to hear a lot of doom and gloom in the market. You're going to hear a lot of people talking about lower levels. And honestly, I think that's going to be the conclusion of the fall. I think we're just going to fall down to this level right here. And that'll be it. I think we'll find support there, but the entire market's going to be screaming for lower levels. So if we do hit this level down here near about 16.1, approximately, give or take. These events are obviously irrational and volatile, so you can't really nail the bottom, but that's what I will be looking for, and that's the reason why I'm not closing my short position just yet. I will be doing what's called a flip order. For those who do trade futures contracts, you can do what's called a flip order where let's say you have 10 contracts of something in a short, and there is a point at which you are happy with the short and you would actually like to enter a long. You can then buy 20 long contracts, and what that'll effectively do is it sells your 10 shorts and buys you 10 longs. Anyways, just a fun little fact there for those who are into the futures trading space. If you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about futures trading, I've got a pretty effective quote unquote low risk strategy that I teach a lot of my students inside of the Discord. So if you are interested in getting some of that information, and maybe you are a futures trader and you just, you're experiencing a lot of loss, I encourage you to join the free Discord down below. Once you're in there, you can then contact me for some of the more premium services that do exist in the Discord. We do a lot of strategy teaching. Everybody and their dog is teaching you how to do technical analysis. Technical analysis is only half of the equation. Strategy is really, really important. It's, analysis is just going to help you make a decision. That's it. The strategy on what you do with that information is going to be effectively how you make your money. So join the free Discord down below. We got a lot of free content to teach you the Wyckoff method. And then if you are interested in some of those premium features, reach out to me inside of the Discord. Anyways, we're just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm not convinced that we're done here. Another factor that was pointed out by another YouTuber, shout out to Tyler S. Dude, if you are watching this, which you probably aren't, I think you're hilarious. I love your channel. Anyways, let's just throw on the moving averages here. So I am a Wyckofian. I don't look at moving averages that often, but people look at them, so let's make notes. We're about 7 minutes from the close here. We have broken below the 21 EMA. The 21 SMA, simple moving average, and it looks as though we're going to close the day below that. So typically you're going to get at least a few more bars, a few more candles before that resolves itself to the upside. So that would, we could only assume that we could be seeing lower levels. You can see in the past, anytime you break down below it, you kind of get a stall, you get a bearish test, and then you do get a little bit of a failure, but it's not a guarantee that it stays there very long. This was earlier in the bear market. You could argue, or this wasn't the bear market, but anytime you break below this, it takes a little bit of time to recover. So keep that in mind. There are a lot of traders that are using these moving averages to make decisions. And if people are making decisions calling this an area of take profit, a bearish retest, then we kind of need to admit that that's what people are going to do. So if there's no buyers and there's more supply, less demand, more supply, what does the price do? It goes down. So that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.